Hello, cowboys and cowgirls. I started by trying to install a Korg Minilogue XD. The drivers that I downloaded also included some tools for shifting the order because it didn't appear in the top 10 slots, blah, 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 blah. And this is the driver I used and the tools. Something went awry because a few days later, I got a Sequential Take 5 keyboard, which should be plug and play. You should be able to put the USB cable straight into the computer. Don't have to install any drivers, it should just run. It wasn't working, so there was something wrong with my MIDI's drivers, my Windows MIDI driver. And I probably did something wrong myself with all those tools that Korg sent, plus all the advice videos I saw on YouTube telling you how to get into your registry and edit some stuff. So I'm going to do the same thing here, but it might not be relevant by the time you're looking at this video. So don't just go in there and do it. Comment if you can, if you're an expert. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't recommend you do it. I don't take any responsibility. Excuse me. I don't take any responsibility. So if you go in there and edit some things in your registry and screw stuff up, I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it at all. I'm only putting this up in case there's an expert out there that can tell us why it fixed everything for me. So anyway, I did go to Microsoft tech support. They helped me for hours. They ran a bunch of things and it didn't help nothing. They thought it was the BIOS on my laptop in the end. I was like, I don't think that makes any sense. So I went and researched on my own and I found a MIDI registry fixer tool on GitHub, microsoft.github.io, as you can see here. I'm just going to scroll through here. There's supposed to be this little MIDI fix reg executable. It wouldn't work on my machine, so I figured maybe Microsoft isn't updating machines such as mine. Then I found this page just to reinforce that knowledge. A nice article by Pete Brown. Hats off to you, Pete. And it's called Windows MIDI Services and the 10 MIDI driver limit on devblogs.microsoft.com. It mentions the same directory here in the registry, and the important thing that I saw was there's only 2 MIDI entries necessary in that registry now with the new MIDI driver, as I'll show you, MIDI and MIDI 1. This is the original MIDI driver, and now they've added this driver which handles all the plug-and-play stuff, plus I think it juggles third-party drivers so they don't take up new slots. Everything's run by this now, from what I read in here. Thanks, Pete, but I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm doing. I just did my best, everybody. None of those executables working on my machine, so I went to the start menu. You can click in the lower left corner or hit the Windows key. Up here you type in REG. I mean, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do it because I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't recommend that you do this at all. My keyboard's got to connect. So type in REG. You can right click on Registry Editor, or you can just click down here as Run as Administrator. Trust Microsoft. I said okay. Now you open Computer. This is the directory. If you want to pause this and get to this directory, that's what we're going to do right now. Pause it. Now here we go. Local machine. Software. Microsoft. Windows NT towards the bottom. Close to the bottom is Windows NT. Current version. And drivers 32. You can just click right on the folder, drivers 32, and you're going to see all the variables opened up. Now when I opened mine, MIDI existed and pointed to this original driver. MIDI 1 did not exist, pointing to wdmaud.drv, and I was hopeful that was the whole problem, why my Take 5 keyboard wasn't showing up in Reaper. Now, to add that variable, if it's not in yours, you go to the bottom off of all the other variables and right-click the mouse, and you say New String Value. Now, I'm going to type in a dummy, because I already added MIDI 1. It's already there, so I'm going to pretend I'm doing it again, but dummy, just so you can see the process. Dummy MIDI 1. Hit enter. Now you gotta add the driver. So I right click on this and I say modify, and I type in wdmaud.drv and OK. So you're going to do a similar thing without the word dummy, and you're going to have an entry in there, MIDI 1 pointing to wdmaud.drv. It's going to stay at the bottom until you open the registry again, but I am going to delete this dummy one. The only other thing I did, but you're not going to do any of this. I don't recommend it. I don't take responsibility, remember. After I did that, I also went to find, and I typed in MIDI 1, and I clicked on find next. And it was searching my registry, and lo and behold, because there's a lot of stuff, I did find in my HD audio folder, which might be the drivers just for my laptop in general. I'm not sure. I did find a folder, drivers MIDI, wdmaud.drv. I may ought to change the name of this folder. I didn't. But I did go in here. I saw there's a MIDI 1 alias here. So I changed the driver name to wdmaudio2.drv. And it didn't break nothing. So now my computer does recognize the Sequential Take 5 and all my MIDI stuff. And so does Reaper, and I'm on my feet and running again, and I'm so happy, but I don't recommend you do it. Now, if you're a Microsoft person and you leave a clear comment, I will pin it to the top so that other people can read this and get a little more confident. I'm not confident. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I don't recommend you do it. Oh, but I will say, if you are going to do it, the very first thing you do before you edit any of your things in there is go to in the registry editor, click export. I exported my whole registry because I don't know where I am, what I'm doing, and I made up a file name called If Things Go Awry. And I saved this onto my desktop where I can find it easy. I didn't need it because it fixed everything, but if it didn't fix things and you messed something up or you're not sure, there's a way to replace your current registry with the one you saved. I think you got to rename it again or whatever. But save that on your desktop in case things go awry. And assuming you're going to do what I did, but I don't recommend it. I don't think you should, and I don't take any responsibility. Have a great day, everybody.